The labyrinth is set up here in the kinesiology area, and we've been here for a number of years. As you approach the labyrinth, you can see signs and so on. And there's some instructions here on how to use the labyrinth just outside the door. The labyrinth room is dark, and there's some rice paper lamps just on the floor, and you can hear the sound of chant. In the middle there's a huge pattern for walking meditation. There's nobody in here right now. Generally in this area here I put out mats for people to lie down and to sleep on, and in the center at the back there is a set of more instructions, history of the labyrinth, that sort of thing. Sometimes over in this area I'll put up altars from different world religions. I didn't do that this time. It's always a work in progress, the labyrinth, and we change things now and then. The labyrinth itself this time is a big piece of material, and usually it's a tape on the floor. Either one works. This is a different pattern than the one we're used to, and you can't really see that pattern right now, so I'll turn on the back lights so that you can see it. There. The labyrinth has a single path into the center, and then you follow the same path back out. So this is the entrance, and it's about 26 feet across. This pattern is not this particular one. This pattern is relatively newly invented, but the labyrinth pattern shows up in artifacts from around the world, and we don't know in ancient times what they did with it in Pakistan or Navajo times, or in Scandinavia, where they find labyrinth artifacts. But it seems to have been a map of the cosmos, and in this more psychological time you could think of it as also a map of the South. Usually you don't walk the labyrinth as quickly as I'm doing here. It doesn't really matter how you do it, but it's best to do it probably as a kind of walking meditation, which you take one thoughtful step at a time. A smaller labyrinth, I'll take a step for each breath. So we set this up for students during exam periods to relax and get de-stressed. This year, this exam period in December '07, there was between a dozen and 20 people a day. Some people just come in and sit down for a few minutes. Other people will spend an hour or two and come back many times. And here we are at the center of the labyrinth. The labyrinth was used as a part of Christian practice for several centuries around the Middle Ages. And there we are. And it's being used now as a multi-faith spiritual practice. You'll find them often in hospitals and places like that.